Look, NBA YoungBoy becomes the most successful rapper this decade. Look, the RIAA just completed the latest updates of certifications. He's got the most platinum albums in the last 10 years than any other rapper. And look, 6 studio albums, 26 mixtapes, and 3 compilation albums, bro. 8 of these albums are certified platinum, with some even being double platinum. Look, bro, AI YoungBoy, bro, I'm not gonna even name them. On top of that, ain't nobody doing it like this, bro. Everybody think about Drake and Kendrick. They're not like us. They're not like us. Bro, no, you understand. Down south, we're not like them. You know what I mean? Yeah, we don't get all the accolades, but you gotta know, we making history down here, bro. And YB leading a revolution, my nigga. Y'all drop it in the comments, but you gotta salute this man. On top of that, he get out April 26th, bro. You can't blame main music now for not wanting to beef with him no more. Y'all drop it in the comments, dog. Scores from the playground. Look, DJ Akademiks interviewed Kanye West. Look, they going for the whole Shannon Sharp and Katt Williams thing when I don't think nobody could top that. That's 500 something. Look, y'all drop it in the comments. But look, he got them interviewing. They talking shit about everybody else. And look, why not give Kanye West some type of platform, bro? It's Kanye. Kanye is not crazy, bro. This man is motivated by things that you cannot see. Yeah. The man say he been wanting to commit suicide there every year since his mama died. And they holding his kids hostage. Look, he say a lot of shit that I don't agree with. Why? I mean, I watched High Learning and a lot of shit like that ungentlemanly warfare, you know what I mean, against the Nazis. So when I see he doing a swastika, I'm not for it. But does he deserve a platform? Yeah, because Ye ain't crazy. This is just his artistic expression. Y'all drop it in the comments, man. Go and stop teasing the fucking interview and drop that bitch, though. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real, bro. You been having it. If you're not editing this motherfucker, fam, why are you holding on to it with your dear life? Release this motherfucker and go ahead and start working on the next one. Yeah, Kanye is in LA, I think, unless he already flew back to Tokyo. I don't know, bro. Y'all drop it in the comments. I can't keep up with these people these days. Scores from the playground, man. Sauce Walka, Albert, survived the shooting in Memphis. Bro, look, Albert got angels with him. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. And they say this was a targeted hit, bro. They were walking out the Western Hotel. Somebody pulled up. Fired tree, you know what I mean? 2 into him, 1 in the Sauce Walka. Say So P didn't make it. Sauce Walka, like I said, they tried to do him like Pac, but he made it, bro. Allegedly, homeboy ran off with the plug not 1 time, but twice. They say he stole over $200K in Memphis. Look, y'all drop it in the comments. Look, you gotta watch who you surround yourself with, even when you the guy that's signing people, my nigga, because a lot of people think Albert is the problem. And half the time he might be. They say he been shot every year since 2021. Now, I don't follow him like that. Y'all drop it in the comments if you know that much about him. But yeah, bro, with this one, you signed the wrong artist, fam, and it made you a mark. Y'all drop it in the comments, bro. Scores from the playground. LB get better. Yeah, Albert get better. Yeah, he will, and he'd be talking his shit before you know it, because they didn't get him, and his security was off that day. If he had his normal security, everybody know how that might have played out. Y'all drop it in the comments, fam. Scores from the playground. Adam 22 throwing shots at Big Homie.CC. And look, this one hit me weird because I like Big Homie.CC. Yeah, I like him. But in this recent footage, bro, Big Homie.CC was saying he didn't scour the web and watch hours and hours of CP, and he was identifying the cabinets in the background. It was just way too much for me. Why? Because like Adam 22 said, bro, you got to have certain certifications and classifications to be able to access that information. If you're on this dark web looking at that, bro, you are kind of admitting to a federal crime. Why? Because your passion should never turn into obsession. Your passion should never turn into obsession. When you putting all this shit that ain't supposed to be in your brain, the things that were once weird become normalized. You shouldn't be seeing this shit, bro, because it's not your job. You're not Batman, you're not Superman, you wasn't born with a motherfucking cape. Now, if you emotionally tied to this type of shit, let that be clear, fam. But just doing that shit because you're having fun with it, that don't make sense. You got to make that make sense. I told y'all before, Charleston White is infecting my ideologies, and I think everybody is playing. Yeah, I think everybody is playing. He saved 16, 17 women from Diddy, and now he don't know why he will be in a lawsuit. Y'all drop it in the comments. It just doesn't make sense to me. But big Homie.CC, bro, sip your Kool-Aid and chill, because I like you. This ain't to rile you up, you know what I mean? This ain't to make your black glove up. This is to make you think about some shit, man. You got to think about some shit before you say it, because I don't like niggas fucking with my brain. Yeah, I don't like people fucking with my brain. If it's real, it's real. If it's not, it's not. But I need to know, and you know what I need to know, so stop fucking with it. You know what I mean? Really see, I drop it in the comments, fam. Scars from the playground. Shout out Big Homie.CC, because like I said, I like him. But Adam 22 got a point with this one. Yeah, he got a point with this one, bro. When a nigga got a point, a nigga got a point. Point blank, period. You can hide from the truth all you want to, but the truth is gonna be the truth. You know what I mean? This one sounds a little weird. Very fucking weird. If you ask me, drop it in the comments, because I don't want to see that shit. Yeah, I don't want to see that shit. Will I go save a child? Yeah, but I don't want to see that shit. Y'all drop it in the comments, fam. Scars from the playground. Look, Lil Boosie doesn't recognize Jason Lee as gay. Well, look, Lil Boosie, Ray Charles could tell that boy is zesty, and no offense to the LGBTQRP community, but come on now, Lil Boosie. But a lot of people forget Louisiana has a history of men crossing the lines. Let's just say it like that, just to keep it politically correct. They got a history of men crossing them lines and dotting them eyes. You know what I mean? Real shit. They've been twerking and bouncing, bigging and bouncing in Louisiana for a minute. He got that zesty ting in his voice half the time, that even despite him being all around the world, he don't want to lose. That island kind of way. So when he hear that little ting in the voice, maybe he don't see it as zesty. But come on, nigga, everybody know what Jason Lee is, was, and will be. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real here. Scars from the playground. Y'all drop it in the comments, fam. Look, Wack 100 throwing shots at Yo Gotti. He say the feds baking a cake for Warden. Look, he say they're using all the content to piece together all these crimes. The murder of Young Dolph, and then the death of a guy named Young Turk. I don't know him. Y'all drop him in the comments. But look, if Wack 100 say it's happening, I'm obliged to believe it. They say Wack fucking with the cops. Or, you know, he a felon, bro. So he's not a cop. But yeah, he definitely playing with them people. He giving them what they want. You know, he pointing them in the right direction. Look, bro, they say Yo Gotti will be the next rapper awarded this prominent RICO charge. Look, y'all drop it in the comments, but this one ain't looking good, dog. It's been a hell of a 3 days. And I got the feeling 2025 is just beginning, fam. Y'all drop it in the comments. I'm just being honest. I'm just being real. And I'm not working with Wack, okay? Y'all drop it in the comments, fam. Katt Williams converting a military base into a film studio. He using Tyler Perry as motivation. Tyler Perry did this with his Tyler Perry Studios. He had the Fort McPherson, and that's 330 acres. Well, Katt Williams is trying to reinvent this in Alabama. He say he's always been good at following instructions. Yeah, when you see somebody else do it, he can mimic it, as long as he got the blueprint. Well, he got that. He got 90 acres just at the Fort McClellan site in Alabama. Look, it's gonna be big, bro. He say once he finished building this up, he's gonna be shooting his own movies. This is what you gotta do, bro. Yeah, you can't always wait for them to put you in a movie. You gotta take a hold of your own career, fam. Your own career, and not to mention that, it's gonna make this man a billionaire. once it get up and pretty, like right now, it's like Ray's Boom Boom Room, just like 56 G Unit Studios in Shreveport. But once he finished that motherfucker, yeah, it's gonna be nice. But it's like Rick Ross say, bro, it's a difference between rendering and actually getting these buildings built. Y'all drop it in the comments, man. Shout out Katt Williams. Look, Drake announces the Nokia music video release. Look, Friday, March 28th, fans will get the full visuals. Look, this is some sexy songs for you, where PartyNextDoor has become the fastest selling album in 2025, and might I add, that's with no promotion, fam. No promotion. They thought it was over for the kid. Told that boy to go ahead and pick out a coffin. Look, bro, even Kendrick Lamar fans have had a change of heart. Yeah, bro, let's just be honest, let's just be real. That LA etiquette shit, it ain't global. It's not a global sound. Unfortunately for Duckworth, this SSS for you is a motherfucking vibe. Let's just be honest, let's just be real, dog. Yeah, the Nokia, the video will be dropping March 28th, bro. And I don't really into videos like that, bro, but I'ma check it out. Why? If you support somebody, you got to support somebody, bro. Y'all drop it in the comments. Look, Kendrick Lamar Gen X becomes the first rap album to sell 1 million units in the United States. Rap album, hip hop. This is from Not Like Us to Euphoria to Luther. You look, after halftime in the Super Bowl, beefing with Drake, Gen X sold 1 million units. But let's just be honest, let's just be real here. Them bots are tricky. Yeah, bro, we talking about streams here. We talking about streams here on platforms that, I don't know, bro. It's kind of iffy. Why it's kind of iffy, bro? Because this man YouTube subscribers never really just went up. Where's the boost on YouTube? See, boost catch all, YT catch all bots, fam. Yeah, YT catch all bots. So it's easy to manipulate those other streams, bro. But congratulations, Duckworth. Scores from the playground, fam.
If they throw it, I'ma catch it to play the game like Tetris. I'm one of a kind rap, people tell me I'm a clip. I've been working 24 hours, summertime to winter. I ain't really at the chill, it gotta be about business.